And now the next question is, what would you like to do if your health could improve a little bit that you can't do now? Now I have a reason to do the work. And I admit this is hard. It's hard to give up this delicious food. Um, but could we have an experiment where you do this for, and I prefer 3 months, but we'll negotiate how long. Sometimes it's as short as 2 weeks. And the veteran would pick the start date and write out the goal of what they want to be doing and how long their experiment's going to be. And I admit this is hard. And my veterans could do this. And because I could talk about my experience, how it transformed my life, and man, I'd have to do, because I was staffing resident clinic, I'd have to do this in about 5 minutes. In my traumatic brain injury clinic, I'd have to do this in 20 minutes. But you
It's
can.
not a lot of time.
You can if you're speaking from your experience, from your heart. I was remarkably effective, and my residents were like, they couldn't wait to bring me into the most difficult cases because I was so successful at getting these veterans inspired to have hope. Say like, you've been struggling with your fibromyalgia, you've been struggling with your anxiety, your depression, you've been struggling with your severe pain. Are you ready to try an experiment of changing your diet for a couple months or for a couple weeks?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say about 90% of my vets were like, okay, I'll give it I'll try this. And we'd see diabetes reverse, high blood pressure improve, severe PTSD improve, my traumatic brain injury clinic people would improve, people with chronic pain would improve. And then the chief of medicine at the VA called me into his office. And he said, Terry, I'm taking you out of primary care. And I knew this was going to be happening because the residents, when they'd come staff, they'd either staff with my partner in the clinic, and it was a traditional internal medicine approach, where they'd come to me and I'd talk about biochemistry. And then I was talking about broccoli and turmeric. And then we would go see their patients, and we were reversing their diseases when they had staff with me. And I figured they would not be tolerable to keep me in primary care. So I was not surprised when they said, we're pulling you out of primary care. The next sentence stunned me, said, because I want you to have your own clinic, Terry. And so we established the clinic that would be the therapeutic lifestyle clinic. And I would go to the pain clinic and to special primary care, and I say, give me your hardest patients, people you can't help, and tell them that I'm not doing drugs. This is diet and lifestyle. We got a handful of folks with remarkable success. Then we got more through the word of mouth and more. And I kept having to reimagine how I ran that clinic because I didn't want people to have to wait 6 months to see me.
Yeah. And what was the portion size that you would recommend for them to eat?
Ah,
Like
so
the diet.
so I don't want people to be hungry. So it was 9 cups of vegetables and 3 cups of greens, 3 cups of cabbage, onion, mushroom family, 3 cups of brightly colored. I preferred meat, but I did have a few vegetarians. And after they had their 9 cups of vegetables, they work on their protein sources. So again, I don't want people to be hungry. And we sort of laughed. My vets would say, "Now, Doc, is that per week or month?" And I said, "No,
That's
that's
a lot
per
of
day, my
vegetables.
friend. That's per day." And so basically, what you're eating is vegetables and protein. I'm
Yeah.
not wanting to have grains. I've taken grains away from you. I've taken dairy away from you. I've taken eggs away. So eat
Did you put
vegetables
them
and
in
meat
ketosis?
until you're full,
Yeah.
basically. And I'm trying to get more green leafy vegetables, more the sulfur rich, and more of the color. In my therapeutic lifestyle clinic, we had a dietitian, and we would prepare. We brought the little portable kitchen, and we would make a green smoothie with. So I'd pass around kale, everyone to eat raw. We'd all agree it's bitter, it's terrible, it's awful. No way in hell you can eat that stuff. It's so bad, doc. And then I'd make a green smoothie with the kale, ice, olive oil, and green grapes, and pass that around. They're like, well, that's pretty good. I could tolerate that. Then we'd make bacon and greens. And if we had vegetarians, then we'd use ghee or coconut oil, and we'd have greens and mushrooms. And they'd realize, my God, that's actually quite good, doc. And my basic recipe was, if you eat meat and you eat bacon, you fry up bacon to your desired level of doneness. Take the bacon out, put in the chopped kale, stir it for a minute or two, add the bacon back, and eat that. And if it's not delicious, double the bacon and try again. And and my vets were like, "Oh my God, that really is quite good." Because you can't ask people to eat stuff that tastes terrible. You have to teach them how
Yeah.
to make food so it is delicious.